Power, loyalty, betrayal. BMF has given us some of the most intense moments in TV history, and with Season 4 Episode 6 coming soon, you can bet things are about to get even crazier. Meech is pushing his empire to new heights. Terry's decisions could change everything, and the tension with Detective Bryant is at an all-time high. What's next for the infamous Black Mafia family? Let's break it down. In Season 4, we've watched Meech fight tooth and nail to grow the BMF empire, but the stakes have never been higher. In Episode 6, we expect Meech's ambitions to take a darker turn as he faces challenges that threaten his control. The streets of Detroit are no longer the only battlefield he has to worry about. His enemies are becoming more dangerous, and even some of his closest allies are starting to question whether Meech's thirst for power is pushing the family too far. One of the biggest themes surrounding Meech in Episode 6 will be whether he can keep his grip on the empire he's worked so hard to build. He's not just fighting against rivals, but also against the forces of law enforcement, who are closing in on him with each passing day. Detective Bryant, a key figure in the battle to bring him down, is getting closer to uncovering the truth about the BMF organization. As much as Meech has been able to stay ahead of the game, Episode 6 could be the moment where the walls finally start closing in. However, don't expect Meech to go down without a fight. We're likely to see him make even bolder moves, possibly taking out his rivals or using extreme tactics to maintain his dominance in the streets. One question many fans are asking is whether Meech will get more reckless as he tries to expand his drug empire outside of Detroit. He's always had big dreams, but the road to getting to the top is full of people who want to see him fail. As the pressure increases, Meech's decisions will become more unpredictable, and that could lead to explosive consequences. It's also worth noting that Meech's relationship with his brother, Terry, will continue to play a major role in his decisions. We've seen how the brothers have struggled to stay united, especially as Terry tries to pull away from the drug game and focus on legitimate business. Meech, on the other hand, doesn't know how to let go of the streets. In Episode 6, their growing tension will be front and center, as they both try to figure out what their future looks like. Will Meech's vision for the BMF empire tear the brothers apart? Or will they find a way to work together and secure the future of the family? Fans can expect to see Meech continuing to walk a fine line between success and failure. But with everything on the line, the risk is becoming greater with each passing day. His dreams are big, but the bigger you build, the harder it is to hold on to what you've got. Episode 6 is likely to reveal how far Meech is willing to go to protect his empire, and whether he's prepared for the consequences of his actions. As always, Meech will be in the eye of the storm, but will he be able to weather it? Or will the storm finally break him? Terry is stuck between two worlds, and in Episode 6, that conflict is about to boil over. Unlike Meech, Terry has always tried to balance the hustle with something more stable. He's got dreams beyond the streets. The car service business was supposed to be a way out, a way to take care of his family without risking jail time or death. But the truth is, when you're part of BMF, the streets don't just let you walk away, and the more Terry tries to separate himself from the game, the more he finds himself pulled back in. In Episode 6, Terry's struggle will likely reach a breaking point. He's under pressure from all sides. Meech needs him, their enemies are watching him, and his family is falling apart. His relationship with Markesha is also causing tension, not just with his parents, but with his brother too. Every choice he makes seems to have a cost. That's what makes Terry's arc so powerful. He's trying to do the right thing, but in a world like this, there's no clear right. There's just survival. One of the key things fans can expect is Terry being forced to make a choice. Does he stick by his brother and dive deeper into the drug business? Or does he walk away for good, if that means turning his back on Meech? The answer isn't easy, and that's what makes this part of the story so intense. Terry knows that the deeper they get, the harder it will be to protect the people he loves. And as we've seen before, nothing stays hidden forever. There's also the growing issue of trust between the brothers. Meech is all in. He sees BMF as their future, no matter the cost. Terry isn't so sure. That difference in mindset is creating cracks in their bond. In Episode 6, we might see those cracks grow wider, maybe even to the point of no return. And, with law enforcement getting closer and rivals circling, the last thing BMF needs is a war inside the family. Terry's storyline in this episode is likely to focus on decision-making and the consequences that follow. Every time he tries to protect his family, someone else gets hurt. Every time he tries to be clean, he ends up deeper in the mess. And maybe that's the real lesson here. There's no clean exit from a dirty game. Terry might want peace, but the streets are not going to give it to him without a fight. Episode 6 could be the moment he realizes that once you're in the game, even love and family can't save you from what's coming. Detective Bryant has always played both sides of the law. But in BMF Season 4, Episode 6, his game is reaching its most dangerous point. Bryant isn't just a cop anymore, he's a man obsessed with bringing down Meech, obsessed with proving himself, and obsessed with protecting his own secrets. And now, the pressure is building from every direction. If he doesn't take down BMF soon, his entire world might crash down with them. Asterisks throughout the season, we've seen Bryant slipping further and further away from being a clean officer. He's threatened people, forged evidence, and even put his own son in the middle of this war. In Episode 6, we expect him to get even more desperate. Why? Because he's running out of time. The department is watching him closely, and any wrong move could mean suspension, prison, or worse. But Bryant is too deep now. He can't turn back. And that makes him even more dangerous. Asterisk fans should expect Bryant to push harder than ever in this episode. He might finally flip one of Meech or Terry's people. He could offer someone a deal they can't refuse or use force to get what he needs. Bryant knows the weak spots in BMF. He's been following them for years. He understands who they trust, who they love, and where they hide. Episode 6 may be the moment he decides to strike, not just with legal pressure, but by crossing a line no one thought he would. Asterisk, but it's not just BMF, he's fighting his own inner chaos. Bryant's been under heavy stress because of his personal life. His relationship with his son is falling apart. His partners are questioning his ethics. And even his own badge doesn't feel like protection anymore. The man is unraveling, piece by piece. And when someone like Bryant starts to break, he becomes a wild card. We don't know what he's capable of anymore. And that's what makes this storyline so intense. Asterisk, there's also a growing fear among fans that Bryant may make a move that puts someone close to Meech or Terry in danger, not for justice, but for leverage. Could he arrest someone innocent? Set someone up? Even plant evidence to force their hand? Nothing is off the table now. Episode 6 could be the moment. He makes a decision that changes the entire course of the season. Asterisk, what's clear is this: Bryant isn't just chasing criminals, he's trying to save his own skin. And in a game where power means survival, he might just become the biggest threat BMF has ever faced. Will he finally get what he wants? Or will his obsession destroy everything, including himself? Just when you think the game is set, BMF throws in a curveball. Episode 6 is expected to shake things up with new faces, hidden enemies, and power moves nobody saw coming. If there's one thing this series has taught us, it's that no one is ever safe and loyalty doesn't always last forever. Asterisk, in the last few episodes, we've seen quiet characters start to rise, and small threats begin to grow. That's a clear sign that new players are being set up to play a bigger role, and fast. These could be new lieutenants looking to climb the BMF ranks, or outsiders coming to challenge Meech's territory. Every time Meech levels up, someone wants to take him down. Episode 6 could be the point where a silent enemy finally steps out of the shadows. Asterisk, there's also been growing tension between the BMF crew and other rival organizations. Whether it's the return of a past enemy or the introduction of a new gang, Episode 6 is likely to bring a direct threat to BMF's control. These enemies aren't just random street guys, they're smart, strategic, and hungry for power. And while Meech might be ready to handle the pressure, one wrong move by someone in his circle could turn everything upside down. Asterisk, we also have to talk about the people inside BMF. There are cracks forming, and that's dangerous. When trust breaks down in an empire like this, betrayal is never far behind. Could one of Meech's closest allies be planning to flip? Could someone inside be feeding info to the cops or even to a rival crew? These are real possibilities that fans have started picking up on. And Episode 6 may give us the first real sign of who can't be trusted. Asterisk. And then there's the big picture. The future of BMF. Every move they make is drawing more attention. Deals, flashier lifestyles, more heat from the cops. Episode 6 might show how their success is becoming a threat to their survival. As Meech and Terry build their empire, they're also building a target on their backs. Whether it's from jealous rivals, feed-up detectives, or their own bad choices, something big is coming, and it may hit when they least expect it. Asterisk, in this episode, fans should expect the unexpected. Surprise alliances. Secret plans. And maybe even the fall of someone who once seemed untouchable. This isn't just a setup for the rest of the season, could be a turning point for the entire show. BMF has always been about family, ambition, and control, but in episode 6, we may finally see what happens when those three things collide. Asterisk, so with all this tension building, Meech expanding, Terry torn, Bryant closing in, and new enemies rising, episode 6 is shaping up to be one of the most explosive episodes of BMF season 4 yet. And here's the thing, based on how episode 5 ended, we might be heading straight into a major betrayal, a possible death, or a full-on war that could change everything. Asterisk, if the show continues following its usual release pattern, we expect episode 6 to drop this coming Friday on Starz. And trust me, fans are already buzzing with theories. Some believe someone in Meech's inner circle will turn on him. Others think Bryant might finally get the evidence he needs to make an arrest, but not without serious consequences. And there's even talk online that we might be seeing a new enemy step into the spotlight. Someone who's been watching from the sidelines all along. Asterisk, here's one bold prediction. By the end of episode 6, either Meech or Terry will be forced to make a move that puts them at odds not with an enemy, but with each other. The pressure is just too much, and the choices they've made so far are leading them down different roads. Whether it's business, family, or loyalty, something's going to snap, and that might just be the beginning of the end for the BMF brothers as a team. Asterisk. Now we want to hear from you. Asterisk, do you think Bryant finally catches a break? Asterisk, will Terry walk away for good or get pulled back in? Asterisk, and who do you think is about to flip inside BMF? Asterisk, drop your theories in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you're into breakdowns, fan theories, and real talk about BMF, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next episode breakdown. Asterisk, because trust me, if episode 6 goes down the way we think it will, it's going to change everything. Asterisk.